This is probably also related and may not be directly applicable to Appendix H, but you mentioned very high fluence data not necessarily being informing embrittlement trend at operating fluence of the vessel. Same situation for an old capsule. You know, if your vessel's at 10 to the 19th and you tested a capsule that is 10 to the 16th, that data is not necessarily relevant to understanding your embrittled state of the vessel, and it seems to me that ought to also be have less weighting. And again, that's not directly applicable to Appendix H. It's more of a ETS or ET curve reg guide issue.
Well, I appreciate that comment, and it's a nice follow-on, and I'm just going to incorporate it into, you know, when we look at that effect on PTS of high capsules, we'll look at it on low capsules too. So that, thanks. Any other comments? I think we have a break scheduled now. But didn't you do that? All right.
So the agenda mentions LTOP, and just to cover the bases, some in the room may be aware that we asked some questions, particularly at the last ASME code meeting. We asked for some help on background on LTOP set points. Because of some questions that came up regarding how those are determined and some license amendment requests. What I'll say is we're still evaluating that subject and expect to come to conclusion and have something for the August code meetings.
All right, we have another question or comment.
Thank you. Just to go back to the Appendix H, did I understand correctly that you were contemplating a reg guide to accompany the Appendix H revision to detail procedures for submitting schedule changes and things like that?
Right. It would provide guidance on how to, well, it would be a typical reg guide which tells you how to comply with the rule and provides more detail. But reg guides can add a little more detail than that. They don't have to go right to the rule. And there's some confusion on how to adjust capsules. And so we envision putting some clarifying words in about how to adjust capsules withdrawal schedules. The new E185 and the new 2215, the 2010 and 2015 revisions provide guidance, but it's not really very detailed guidance. And so we envision just expanding the guidance.
Until that reg guide is issued, is Administrative Letter 97004 still effective for guidance on how to submit changes to your capsule withdrawal schedules?
Don't know. What, I'm going to look back. Do I have any EBIB help? I'm going to phone a friend.
Follow any guidance license renewal periods in the GAL report. Table 1 is applicable to 40 years of operation. It's bridged for 60 years.
Yeah, the clarification isn't for current licenses, for license renewal, where the confusion is. Right.
The question really pertains to the how administratively to submit requests for changing capsule reports. Past the withdrawal schedule, sorry.
Yeah, we weren't addressing any administrative features of the change.
Okay.
Just the technical issues of, you know, what fluences do you pick? What period between withdrawals?
Okay.
I guess the one administrative thing, Carolyn, tell me if I heard this wrong yesterday, that the Gall SLR would address or provide guidance that previously tested specimens would be available for use for research activities without getting NRC permission in the future, unlike what we had to go through recently.
You'll see that when the draft is published. That is included, and I guess the rest of that sentence is as long as the licensees deem that there are adequate remaining specimens available to them.
Okay, thank you.
And we envision putting words like that into the Appendix H revision also, just to eliminate the need to get approval for something that we're going to approve. That's it. So we can either go to the next two presentations, which will take about an hour or a little over, and then break, or we can break now. We've got an A and a B. Quick hands. Who wants to break now? Who wants to keep going? We're going to break now for about 15 minutes. So we're going to come back when that clock over there, big hand, is on the 10.